that.
Whether it's behind it, so
You'll need graphic. You're only graphing the ones that are the single 52.
Hey, Alex. Hey, look, you got the white, blue, and red
The
on
other ones you're
there.
not graphing, like these, it's, you look at pictures you can
Not white, not
and
white.
then these, you just have to tell me like where the foreground are.
Where's the snow?
No graphing.
Dude, I missed the hills. I
These
want
you
the
have to do
hills.
all from
That's what I want. Oh, wait, I want them.
All you want is the hills.
Yes, I want the snow hills, because I want the thinking of the hills.
I
That's
want to go for no building, no worry.
no bloody.
Let's go just make it easier.
Just try. You're like it. You're good.
It's no kind of slow down to use it. Just takes it a lot, it takes it quicker to read. And they only go about 20, 30 yards. And
Oh,
they're
yeah.
That's the only thing I miss is the hills. I want the hills.
We don't really get many hills here.
Well, by my house, we get like a small, button, finger.
So,
I live by the baseball diamond.
oh, by the wreck?
Yeah, by the restaurant. I'm not the house, but we're moving to like the house behind us.
House behind you.
Bigger, it's a bigger house.
You really don't want that.
Yes.
Not bad.
My mom wants that. Because it's a bigger house and our house is small.
Who lives there right now?
I think it's just for sale. Look, he has two cameras. A GoPro and this camera.
Oh, dang, Ward, what kind of camera is that? DSLR? You heard of the MX-7 yet?
I've heard of the GX7.
Yeah, that's what I'm at.
Yeah. This one is definitely higher quality. This one's a 24 megapixel. It has interchangeable lenses. Yeah. So I can use full DSLR lenses. The mirrorless DSLR. So it has a full frame sensor to it without the huge body.
Yeah.
It has way better battery life. Better useful.
You should get that wind muffler thing, like if there's like wind or there's like kind of like scruffy and wind surroundings.
Yeah. The good news is I'm using it for indoor and outdoor. And I'm going to try tonight. So what you're going to see my GoPro. I'm going to post the GoPro video online tonight, like normal. I'm also going to post that one. And I want to know, like, if you guys actually kind of look at it, which one you prefer quality-wise. Like, if you like the GoPro or if you like that one. I'm using that one for sure for basketball. But I just want to know if, like, it's good for classroom. Like, can you see the board? Does it look good? It's definitely higher quality than this one, but the problem is look how far away it is.
So is
You
that,
just get a
is that
tripod.
like all this?
No, that is getting basically the top of your head. Because I'm like super zoomed in. So it's getting the edge to edge of board.
I actually like that because if you do some work over there.
Exactly. The GoPro gets blurry there.
Yeah.
The GoPro is really good straight on, not on the edges because it's curved. That thing is flat.
Because sometimes you do work over here.
Yeah. So that hopefully now the problem is I have no idea about sound. No idea what the sound
Yeah,
quality
shotgun
of that
mic.
thing is. That thing isn't bad. It's not good. It's not bad though. Okay. Yep. Okay. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight, right? That's what I'm posting tonight. It won't be right after school. I have basketball till 6. So it'll be after that. I'm just getting a sense for if I like it, if I want to use it for classrooms or not. Does that make sense? So you guys may be my guinea pigs. It won't be the full class. It'll be like, I think it records like maybe 20 minutes at a time. So that'll be perfect. So like for us, it goes right to lunch and I won't record after lunch with it. Because I just want to get a sense. And what I'm doing today is I'm trying to get a sense for battery life of that thing. No idea how much battery life. It hasn't died yet today. And it's been going all morning. So on one battery. And it's not even plugged in like the GoPro is. So that's pretty darn good. So I have two different lenses. I have this lens, which is hopefully seeing the entire board. And then I have the telephoto lens, which I attached this morning. The telephoto lens looks like something like Mr. Irma uses for basketball. You know, that huge lens they use for basketball. I had one of those attached to it this morning. And it literally was zoomed in on this dot from the back of the room. Like, I saw this dot like it looked like a giant ant, right? It was so zoomed in, like, oh gosh, I got it backed up, right? That was backed So that lens is not attached. It was massive. I think I had to almost push it back to the wall so it wouldn't stick out. But if you didn't know this, Mission, I purchased a new camera over the weekend, so we're going to try it. I'm going to post the GoPro video and that one. See which one you like, see which one's better quality. So that's the one for basketball, my personal one for home. We're going to see which one you like. So I don't know about sound quality. Don't judge on sound, because I always have an extra microphone. So just image quality, those will be probably after basketball nights, after 6 o'clock. See how it looks. Okay, today I want to continue on with this idea of writing in terms of words. Okay, we're okay at it. There were still some moments last week that I didn't feel like we were quite there yet. You know, we saw a couple of people missing them. So we're going to do it today. Today it will be kind of hands-on. We practice. We're going to rotate some papers around, or we try to write numbers down and stuff like that. Okay. So let's start in. Let's do maybe 2 of them. We're going to start with easy ones right now, and then we'll work our way to hard ones today. My goal is to get through at least 4 or 5 examples. You know, some easy ones, some middle ones, and then a hard one. And then once we're through those 5 examples, what we're going to do is we're going to try like individual group, where you're going to make up your own number, and somebody's going to try to write it down. Does that make sense? And then once we're through those today, I'll talk about like what the homework will eventually bring. Okay? All right. So because that's something that we're going to eventually get. I don't know if it's today or tomorrow. I want to make sure that we're comfortable with this before I give homework on it, because I don't want to move on. We haven't moved on yet. Okay. So again, the whole goal today. This is section 4.1 on decimals, right? Because this is the first section. The goal today is to figure out place values. And we use this place value chart to figure out how to write these down. So this is the chart. Okay, that's what we're doing today. Again, this will be on the website. I think Friday's video is online. I don't know if it's been posted to the website yet. So I know it's online, so I'm going to have to look and see if it actually posted already. That'll be kind of one of the things I'll check during lunch. I'll see. Okay, questions about what we're going to do today. It's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Not a lot of stuff to cover today, but I want to make sure we're good at it. Okay? All right, here we go. Let's do a quick example here. So let's go with something kind of easy. Let's go with this. 32.8.
So write it out in the time.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to put it over on the chart, and then we're going to try to write it into words. Okay, that's what we're going to try to do. Okay, so on this chart, where does the 3 go? Okay, it goes in the tens column, right? This is where the 3 goes. The 2 goes right next to it. The decimal's right here, because that's where the decimal goes on my chart, and then the 8 goes here. So that's where it goes. Now, we're going to try to write this in terms of words today. In terms of words. Okay? So, how we do this. Okay, we don't have to worry about thousands or millions. We didn't go that far. We're basically in this first column. So, all we have to do is basically state what this number is. So, say that number out loud. 32. Okay, that's how we write it. So, over here, we're going to write that down. So, 32. 32. And yes, try to spell it correctly. 30 is T-H-I-R-T-Y. Dash 2 is a 2-digit number, so we have to put a dash in. All right, now, we have the decimal point. Right? What word do we use for decimal? And. You always have to write the word and. That's the only time when you're actually saying the number you have to use the word and. Okay, so we're good at that. At least we got to that point. Right? Now, here comes the tricky part. This is the part that I know some people were really kind of stuck with last week. Now that we're here, what you have to do is whatever this number is in the back, whatever it is, you have to just say that number out loud. So imagine that the decimal wasn't there. So you just say that number. 8, right? So it's definitely the number 8, okay? So that's just number 8. So it's not anything more difficult than that. You know, it's not like 8,000 or anything like that. So it was just a small number. So easy number. So again, when I say this number, I cover up everything and I just say whatever that number is. So if it's 1,000, if it's 400, you say whatever it is. Then what you do is once you're done saying the number, so you said 8, right? You always say where did it stop at. That is always the last word you say. So, and for mine, the 8 stopped here, so you're right. You said 8 tens. And that's the spot where it ended. So tens. Okay, does that make sense? Like the last word? That's, I think, the part that a lot of us were getting confused on last week was like, what do you write? Why is that thing at the very back? It tells you where that number ended at. So if I were to move that number, you'd have to write where the new spot where it ends at. Okay. Questions, concerns about that number? Okay. Let's try another one, just like it, but I'm going to move the number to a new spot. Okay? All right. Let's try this out. So let's try something very simple out front because we don't need to go really difficult right now. And we'll try it. So here we go. Let's go with a new number. New number here is going to be, let's go with 6.125. All right, so 6.125. Now, when we see that number, where does the 6 go up here? One spot. It's the ones. So we know where the decimal's at, so it's kind of an easy thing to look at. So the 6 is going to go here. Okay, now, the decimal's right there, and then the number comes after is 1, 2, and a 5. And they go right in those locations. Okay, so now we're going to look at how to write this number down into words, right? So what we always do first, you always look at the part in front of the decimal, and we say this word, whatever it is. So it is 6. Okay, so there's the first one. So 6. Not bad. Okay, then we hit the decimal point. So what word do we use? And. I already have it on the board, so we have and. That's easy. And now, the back number. The back number now. We have to say, so imagine that I covered this all up. So we're going to just say this number out loud. So imagine that this wasn't there. So what would that number be just set up? 125. You agree that's 125? You have to write that number down. So let's write that down first. Right? So 125. 125. Now 25, what do I need to put in between it? Dash. So 25. I know that when most people see that, they get so confused. Like, you're in the decimals and you just wrote 125. Yeah, because that's the number past the decimal. You have to write whatever that number is. It could be a million. I don't care. Whatever that number is, you say it out loud. If you need to put commas to make sure that you know how to write it, that's fine. Okay, so now that we're there, now what we have to do is write where did it end at. So, thousands. This, since the 5 ended here, you have to put this word at the very end. So thousands. Make sure the THS is on. Thousands. Okay, make sense? Okay, so that's kind of the goal today. The goal today is to figure out like how to write the numbers down to words, you know, what the last spot is, where it ends. That's why this chart is kind of helpful. You kind of know, like, if you were to fill that number in on this chart, could you figure out where the last number goes? That's the idea. Okay, now, these were the easy ones. I picked out, you know, just a couple basic ones, especially like one with like a 3-digit number in the back and stuff. So now we're going to get a little more difficult. Okay, so now what I'm going to introduce, I'm going to introduce a slightly larger number up front and a slightly longer number in the back. So now we're going to ramp up just a hair difficult. Slightly bigger. Okay? All right. But is there any questions with what I've done so far? What you guys done right? All right, that's good. Good for Monday. All right. Here we go. Let's try it. All right. Slightly longer number. Let's go with 9466.0034. Okay. All right. So slightly longer. Not like crazy difficult, slightly longer. I want to talk about it. We'll get to the harder problems later. Okay, so the first thing that I always do when I start this problem, let's put the number down on my chart so I can see where like the decimal goes, where the number goes. Now, where does that 9 need to go up here?
1,000.
1,000 spot. Yep, so you're right. So 9 goes here. Okay? There's a comma right there, by the way. I didn't put it there, but there's a comma. And then the 4, 6, 6, and then that's what the decimal is, so that's fine. Left. Matches up, and then 0, 0, 3, and 4. Okay. Okay. Questions, comments about what we did there? Okay, so not bad. All right, so now what we're going to do, now that we have the number filled in my chart, we're going to do the part before the decimal, then the decimal itself, because we know that word, and then we're going to say the number after the decimal. Okay, so let's start with the part before. So how do we say this number? Exactly, 9,466. Because again, when you say this number, you have to say, because you said 9, you have to always write 1,000 after, because that's what it comes.
And your attention, please. Student who's driving Cerro Gordo, license plate DKL 430, please come to the office. Cerro Gordo DKL 430, please come to the office.
Okay, so again, when you hit those commas, you have to write the word thousand or million or whatever. So we hit 466. Notice I put the dash in this, because that is 66 is too good. Okay, now, that's the part before the comma, or before the decimal. Agreed? What's the decimal? And. So we got that word. We're starting to figure out that word pretty easy. Okay, so now we got the word and. That's the decimal point. Because I even have it written right here. Okay, so now that was the easy part. You know, that's most people can cover that pretty simply. Okay, but now here comes the weird part. We have to say the number in the back. Okay, so we got to say this number back here. Okay, so we ignore everything in front of it. What is this number? Yeah, it's just 34. I don't care that there was a bunch of zeros here. Okay, it's just 34. Zeros don't make a difference. Now, if there are zeros in the back, then yeah, we have to kind of say what those numbers are. And plus, if there's a bunch of zeros back there, you can cross them out. The zeros in the back don't really matter. So that number is just 34. Okay, so let's write that down. Now, what do I need for 34 though?
34 times 9.
Okay, yeah, because you know the spot where it's ending is. So it's 34, so 30 dash 4, right? And then you're absolutely right. The spot we ended at was 10 thousandths. We have to make sure that we put that at the back, because that's the spot that the 4 ended at. We always have to put that in the back. 10 thousandths. There you go. You're already 100 times better than we were in Friday. Already, right? Because we're already starting to get a sense for this. Like how to say it, how to put that last spot we ended in. Okay. Questions with what we've done here so far? Okay, now, you want another kind of medium difficulty problem, or you want to go to maybe a more challenging? Do a challenge. See how we can do it. Okay, this is the one where I'm going to walk around the room. I'm going to see what you have written. I'm going to check your paper on this one. Okay? All right. So here we go. Let's go with, and I'm just going to go not crazy difficult, but I'll go a little more difficult than the ones I've done. Getting everything on the board, so you can't look at anything. All right, here we go.
And your attention, please. Vehicle is a silver Malibu, license plate DKL 430, please come to the office.
Come on, Lord.
Not crazy difficult, but it's not easy either.
Yeah, I don't like it, but
All right. Yeah, I'm going to walk around. I'm going to check what you got. So try your best. If you think you have it, let me see it. I'll try to check everybody's numbering here. Trick is, try to put it on the chart where you think mine, where it would sit on the chart. Then you can kind of fill in the numbers. want to walk around the room. If you think you're done, if you're not, just let me know. That's fine. Just get a sense for where you're at. All right.
I don't really like watching that.
I know. I left you in suspense there. Sorry. I'm not gonna tell you right or wrong. I'm just gonna let you sit there just for a few seconds. I know it's probably gonna drive you nuts.
Oh no, I wrote it.
I already forgot it. I checked it. Terrible.
Next up
So
is
far, so good. I've only seen really one mistake so far. Okay, so. So, let's talk about the numbers. I'm going to put them on my chart here. So, 1, 3, 4 go here. 4, comma. 5, 0, 0. Looks like we're going to go to lunch. Let's go to lunch. We'll come back. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, I started off.
I'm interested to see how this camera goes.
Yeah.
So, spent some money this weekend, bought a nice camera. So, I wanted it for home too, but
Okay.
main purpose is classroom.
Do you think it's just gonna give them a better view of everything?
Yeah, it's hopefully going to be zoomed in a little bit better on the board instead of, because right now the GoPro gets a little fuzzy on the outside, so this hopefully does a better job of like zooming in on the actual board itself, and I can use it further. If need be, what I'm going to do, if it really gets really bad, I'm going to put it like right here, and then just super zoom on this square of the board, I'll do most of my videos there. I just don't know about the whole thing. So, but I want to get something with a little bit better quality plus basketball. This is kind of the main thing for basketball. So, yeah.
I got water.
Alex, go away.
I haven't done anything wrong.
I didn't say you did. I just told you to go away.
My best friend.
I didn't accuse you of anything, sir. I just told you to walk away.
He's not walking away.
I'm walking away by steps.
Alex,
Yeah.
no, you.
My feet are- What's that? Another can?
Give me a drink. Smudgy marks on it.
Oh, you took it out. I didn't even know.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, it's right there. Ward, you should start vlogging.
What would I talk about? I'm here all day and I'm supposed to do everything I do all day.
Exactly, like when we're at lunch, or when you're taking like a break, you can be like, alright, so how is it going? Okay, so let's say someone
No one
beat up
wants to
another
watch
kid, someone threw up in the class, or something crazy.
Today we learned about multiplication.
No one wants to watch that, and we would probably get in trouble for commenting about students.
Well, then you can talk about how your day went.
Again, no one wants to see that. I get maybe 3 views on my website in a week. So, no one wants to watch that.
Well, I mean, just imagine if you get really big on YouTube just by vlogging as a teacher. Get like 4 million subscribers less than 5 years.
The only way I'm going to get big on YouTube is if I do something stupid and people start laughing at it.
Go viral.
Yeah, start yelling.
Well, I mean, I have a sumo suit at home. You can do that and wear it in front of class and teach the whole day. That'd be interesting. People would watch
I don't
that.
need to be any bigger than I already am.
Alex, are you gonna come over right here, your brother, Stefan?
Okay.
Yeah, pick him up. You know he would direct you. If you run, if you run.
Okay. Okay, so right before lunch, we were talking about this. I was putting the 134 on the board, I put the 500 on the board, then where the decimal point goes. So far, the decimal is perfectly lined up. Okay? What we talked about is the decimal stands for the word and. Okay, now after that, I have to write down the next few numbers, right? The next few numbers are 0, 6, 4, 3, and a 7. Okay? So now what we need to do is we need to get this into words, right? So what I always tell you, just say the number that's out front here. Now, how this works, since we have a bunch of numbers kind of going up, there's no millions, so we don't say that. So what we do is when you get to each of these parts, you say this number. So we say this number right here, and then you say what the comma stands for. Okay? So what is this number out front right here? Yep, 134. Then what does the comma stand for? 1,000. Okay, does everyone see that? So this number is 134,000. Okay? So let's write that down. So 134,000. Okay, now if you want to put a comma there, that's fine. You don't need to. Okay, the one part that I saw somebody make, the mistake that I saw somebody did this. It was just one. 100,000, 34,000. They said 1,000 too many times. Okay, so you just say the number, then you say 1,000 for the comma. That's how it works. Okay, now once we're done with that, then you just say the next number. What would this number be? 11. Okay, and we don't need to say anything since it's in the one spot. So 500. Okay. Questions, comments about the first part before the comma, or before the decimal point? Now, word for the decimal? And. Okay, we're back on it. So we have the and here. Okay, now here comes the tricky part. So now what we have to do is we have to look in the back, and now we have to say the back number. So, because now we're ignoring everything out front. We've already got it to the decimals. Now we're saying this number. Now, this is the part that gets weird, right? When you say this number, you have to look at it like you're not even focusing on these words. Don't look at any of this chart. This number up here is this. So how would I say this number? Like, how would I say this part? So
6,000.
6,000.
437.
Yep, 6,000. Because there's technically a comma there because there's three numbers, then a comma, then your other numbers, then a comma. You basically just ignore where the decimal is. Now, if there's zeros, I can ignore those. As long as there's like zeros out front, zeros in the back, I can kind of ignore them as long as they're around the decimal point. So this number is 6,437. Let's write that down. So 6,437. Yeah, and then once we're done with that, then yeah, you're absolutely right. We're right at the spot that ended. Well, you got, you already said it. We ended at the 100,000th position. 100,000. I know that seems super goofy. He wrote the word thousand twice. 134,000, and then later on we said 6,400. Because you always say the number before the decimal, the number after the decimal, and then you always just say the spot that ended. Okay, that was a hard one. That was not bad. I saw a lot of people get it right. The goofy parts that I saw, somebody said, you know, when they were up here, they're saying like 100,000, 34,000. So that was kind of a goofy part. And then the other part in the back, just making sure they wrote 6,000, okay, not 64,000. Had somebody say 64,037. It's 6,437 because that's basically you just cover up the zero because underneath the zero, and you just say whatever that number is normally. 6,437. Okay. questions, comments, concerns on this? All right, now the good news is, like, eventually the homework, what they're going to ask for the first part is like, where does your number end? Okay, so where does your number end? Well, my number here ended at 100,000. So we got to get used to that. Where the last spot is, because that's important. Obviously, when we're writing words, that was the last part there. You had to know that. The other parts, they're going to underline certain numbers. Going to ask you what spot that is sitting in. So because they're getting used to writing these out in complete words, how to actually state that type of thing. Okay, all right. Here's what I want, because now we've had some practice. I would like you to make up a number now, something relatively simple. And I'll give you a basis for this. I would like you to make a number that has a decimal in it, obviously. So there's going to be so many digits out front, so many digits in the back. You cannot go more than 9 digits in the front of the decimal, and you cannot go more than 6 digits after the decimal. So you're limited to 9 and 6. What I'd like you to do is write down your number in digits right now, like a digit, a number. Okay? So write it down right now. And just to give you an idea. So, Mr. Schmidt, I'd like you to write down a number on the board, please. You can make up any number you want. 9 digits in the front, 6 digits in the back is your maximum. And you can go smaller. I'll let you write it right here.
So they're going to write it down in like word form?
Not words. I want it just the numerical words. So just numbers. Make up any number. Now you don't have to go up for the maximum number. 9 in the front, 6 numbers in the back, but you can go smaller if you want. Alright, so very nice. Look at all these digits. Okay? The goal is, now that you have this written down, I'm going to take your papers here in a minute. I'm going to exchange them with somebody else in the room. I have no idea. I'm just going to pick them all up. I'm going to hand them out. You don't need to rip it out of your notebook. Just keep it in your notebook. Keep it in there. Don't tear it out. Okay? I'm just going to hand your notebook to somebody else. What they're going to do is they're going to write down the words for your number. Okay? So what all I need you to do right now is make sure you have your number written down. Make sure your name's at the top of the paper. Okay? Because when I hand it to somebody else, then you can hand it back to them later. Okay? All right, now what you're going to do, so Ms. Schmidt did this for me. She wrote down a number. So let's say that was her notebook. I now, because I'm going to hand the notebooks to random people, this is the number I'm seeing that's sitting in front of me. My goal is to write it down into words. Is to write that number in words, because somebody else created it. So that's my goal. So I'm going to write down the number here. So the 3 goes here. So we're at 3, 706. There's a comma here, there's a comma there. We have 002, 002, and we have a decimal point. And we have a 0, 4, 3, and a 1. Alright, so I'm going to write this down so you can see how I'm doing mine. Okay, so looking at this number, what do we have? We have a 3 million, because that's what the comma is at. So 3 million, so let me write that down. 3 million. Now, if I want to put the comma, I can. Not a big deal. We're going to go to the next number. What is that? 706,000, because I hit the comma. So 706. So 706, and then 1,000. That's where the comma is sitting. And the next number after that was just 2. And then I need the word and, because I hit the decimal point. And now I'm going to say the number in the back. Well, this number in the back, if I ignore everything else in front of it, that was 431. So 431. And now I got to figure out what spot that 1 ended at. That 1 ended at the 10,000th spot. So 10,000. All right, so Ms. Schmidt, right or wrong?
Right.
Okay, there you go. So hopefully I spell things right. Well, I got dashes when I need them, all that good stuff. So the big thing. So I'm going to hand your paper to somebody else. You want to check. You want to write down your words. then I'm going to pick them up and I'll hand them back. You don't need to put your name on it. So when I hand the notebooks to mail, so that way they don't know. Oh, your name needs to be on your paper so they can get it back to you. Okay, I'm going to pick up the notebooks here. Just going to walk around the room. Again, you could have made up any number you want. And okay, perfect. All right. Let's see. You can have this one. You can have this one. All right. You can have that one. You can have this one. All right. So write down your number into words. The number that you're looking at right there. Put it right on their paper. And then what you're going to do is I'll hand it back to their original neighbors, so hopefully they're not flipping around. Last example of the day. I think turn off for you. There it is. If you were done, just raise your hand. That's all I want to see. If you're done. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Keep going. You're fine. You're fine. Let her know. Put your papers here. Okay. What's yours? You were more than 9 digits out front.
No, I only did 8.
No, it was 9. No, it's 8.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, that's 10. Come here.
No, keep writing.
10.
Okay. Let's see. So now what I want you to do, you got your paper back, or hopefully we'll get it back here in a second. Double check, was it written correctly? Now if it's not, make a couple of fixes. Now obviously, you don't know who did it, maybe hopefully you didn't look around the room. You don't know who did it, but I want to make sure that the number is written correctly. If there's like little things you need to fix, like hyphens, or maybe they put the wrong word, you can cross it out, fix the right word. Maybe they spelled something wrong, fix that. Okay, then what we're going to do is you're going to say what they wrote out loud. So I don't know whose it was. I honestly don't. I don't remember who did this. You're going to say what they wrote in words out loud. And I'm going to try to write it up on the board and see if it's the correct number you have in your box or whatever you have written. That way they know what they wrote, because hopefully they know what the number they had, and they can see what they did wrong. So you can see where errors happen. Because when you say it out loud, you can hear what went wrong. You know, they said the word 1,000 too many times. If you can't read it, that's fine. We're going to only do like 1 or 2 of these. Yeah, you're going to go with what they put. You can even say it wrong. Whatever they have, you're going to just say it out loud. Okay? So, Alex, you still going?
About minimum.
Okay, that's fine. Keep going. We have a couple minutes. You're fine. We might do only 1 or 2 of these, but I just want you to see it. So we're going to say it out loud and see why it's transcripted the correct way. You know, that sort of thing. Like little things you should be aware of.
Well, I figured.
Okay, all right. But I'll take it. Actually, we should mention that back.
No, I'm much how to write this.
That's awesome. All right. Okay. So somebody want to volunteer first with saying? All right. So we'll start with Cole here. All I want you to do is say their words. I don't know who did it. Don't care. I just want to know the words. So say it out loud really slow.
388 million.
Okay. So 388 million. Keep going.
920,523,000.
Oh. Say that again. Yeah. Keep going. Say that again.
And 23,000.
Is the 23 supposed to be after the decimal?
Yeah. All right. So say it again. So start from the beginning. We had 388 million.
388,920,500 and
500. And I didn't hear the word and. All right, keep going. No, that's fine. Keep going.
23,000
Okay, keep going.
567.
567. So 23,567. Did they say where? So I don't know where that ends at. So there's a problem. So everything went up fine. I didn't hear the word and, so sorry, that was my fault. So 388,920,500 and now 23,567. Correct? Is that okay? And I don't know where it ended. So since you didn't write one of these words, I have no idea where this 7 had to be. Okay. My guess is that it was probably just this. So did yours end like that? Was that your number was in the box? Oh, okay. So what was wrong?
2,900. It should be 924.
Oh, 24. Okay, so they forgot a 4. Fine.
And then.
then?
For 24.
Yep.
After 3 should be 4.
So it was like 234,566. So they forgot a 4. Okay, so 234. So you forgot a number in there. And then obviously we forgot where it ended. Millions or 100,000. So a couple mistakes there. Not bad though. Right? For the most part, straightforward. Forgot a 4 there, but this number got old. This combined with that. We didn't know where it ended, so I didn't know where to put it. And plus you forgot a digit. So little errors like that. Like that's simple. But do you see, like, just saying it out loud, you can see where the errors come from. Not knowing where to end. I had no idea where to end that. Forgetting the word and, that doesn't tell me where to stop. Okay? Alright. Bring your notes tomorrow. Bring your book tomorrow, because we are going to get some homework. Okay? Not bad. Good work today. I might take one more of those tomorrow. So if you have them in your notes, I might take one more.
Hydro.
Yeah, we're on 100.
League in the right country.
We have like extra time after. You're not gonna leave, right? You go to work?
I'm not forward.
Like just something with the day? Whatever.
Look at that.
May. Depends on how the week is.
Here's your brother.
This man is
Oh, I thought you said cool. That sounds like.
No, I'm just maxing out here. Out here in the
Where'd you
wilderness.
get your jeans at?
Counting trees,
Where'd you get your new jeans at?
I'll do like 80% off. Did you say that?
Alright.
You get a sign CD.
That one side?
You already have to say where. Yeah, I think you're just right here.
Matt, look, there's your brother.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Look, there's your brother. So these moms are actually calling out where each other's brothers are. Oh, okay, big car.
We're doing crap this year.
No, we're doing good. We're doing better this year.
Now?
Right now they are.
Who? Packers. I thought you liked it.
And
Packers.
we're terrible.
Yeah, but we're gonna
Still on.
No. We got 5
I would laugh
interceptions
if the
yesterday.
Patriots lose to the Ravens.
It was surprising. We always play terrible against them.
I was listening to that song.
We always play terrible against the Giants, I guess.
Yeah.